Hello student, this is Rimpa Shinkarai and welcome back to your course Relation and Function. This is the fourth part of our lesson, and in the previous three lessons we have completed the theory part of relation, and we will solve many problems on relation in the upcoming parts. And now in this lesson we are going to learn about injective, surjective and bijective mapping. So without any further ado, let's start. A injective function is also called an one-to-one mapping. A function will be called injective if every distinct element of the domain set have different or distinct images. That means if a set contains 3 elements, then the 3 element must have 3 different image in the codomain set P. Okay. So now go to the example. Suppose the set of men is A and the set of women is B. Okay. And we'll think that the relation between A to B will be by marriage. Okay. Then these 3 persons of A cannot marry 2 girls. Similarly, this three lady of the set B cannot marry 2 boy or 3 boy at the same time. So if this person married this girl and this person married this girl, then this person had to marry this girl. So this is an example of injective function. That means every point of the domain set have different different image. So it's an injective function. Now let's move to the mathematical example of injective functions. So first we need to know that how do we prove a function as injective. Okay. So if the function is injective, then you need to prove it as a generalized way. And if it's not injective, then you just need to give a counter example. So how do you prove a function as injective? There are two methods. First, you need to take 2 points from the domain set, and suppose they are distinct, they are not equal, then you need to show that their image will not be equal. And if you take 2 image points from the codomain set, let they are equal, and you need to show that their pre-image will also be equal. Okay, so these are the method. So let's look at the examples. So we have taken 2 examples here. The first one is from the real number set to the real number set, and it's defined by f of x equals to 3x plus 1. So now we will prove that it is an injective function. How do you prove that? Let's take 2 points from the domain set, that is x1 and x2. They are from the domain set. They belongs to R and they are not equal. Okay. So let multiply 3x to both sides. Okay. Now we'll add 1 to both sides. Then it will be the image of x1 and it will be the image of x2. So we have seen that we have taken x1, x2 as not equal, and we have proved, which implies that f of x1 is not equals to f of x2. So it's a injective function. Now if you look at the second function, it is defined by f of x equals to x square. Let's take 2 points, 2 and minus 2, and the square of both of them is 4. Okay, so we have taken 2 different points from the domain set whose image is equal. So it is not injective. It is not injective, but the first function is injective. I hope it's clear. Now let's move to the second method of proving injective function. So the second method, how do you prove the second method? So for this you need to take 2 points, from the codomain set. Let f of x1 equals to f of x2. Now it will imply that 3x1 plus 1 is equals to 3x1 plus 1, and it will imply that x1 equals to x2. So we have taken that f of x1 equals to f of x2, and it implies that x1 equals to x2. So it also proves that the first function is injective. Okay, so I hope the injective part is clear to you. Now we'll move to the surjective mapping. A surjective function is also called an onto mapping, and a function will be called surjective function if the range and the codomain will be equal. It means that every point of the codomain set has at least one pre-image. Suppose this is A and this is B, then the F and B has 5 points. Okay, then every 5 point of B must have one pre-image in A. Then we can say that the function is a surjective function. Okay, let's go to the example. So we have taken a set of men which is A and set of women which is B, and suppose this time they are related by brother sister relation. Okay, and let this person is brother of the lady, and this person is brother of this lady, and this person is also brother of this lady. That means this lady has no brother. Okay, so if we look at the codomain set, then there is a point who doesn't have any pre-image. So this time this function can't be surjective. If it's had to surjective, then this person must be brother of this lady. Then only we can say that the function is surjective. Okay, so now let's move to the fact that how do you prove a function as a surjective function. So for this we need to take a point from the codomain set, and we need to find out at least one point from the domain set such that f of x equals to y. That means every point of B must have at least one pre-image in the domain set, and if it's not surjective, simple, just give a counter example. Okay, now go to the mathematical example. So for the first function, it's surjective. First let me tell you it's surjective. Then how do you prove that? First we need to take a point y from the codomain set R. It's codomain set, not the domain, it's the codomain. Okay, and you need to find x from R such that f of x equals to y. That means 3x plus 1 equals to y. So it implies that x will be y minus 1 by 3. Okay, so as y is a real number, then y minus 1 by 3 will also be a real number. So we can see that for a real number from the codomain set, we have found a real number in the domain set which is the image of that number, that element of the codomain set. So it's clear that it's surjective. Okay, so it's a surjective function. Okay, so now let's look at the second example. If we look at this example, let's talk about minus 5. So if we take minus 5, then it belongs to R. Okay, the codomain set. But can you find any point in the real number set whose square is -5? It's not possible, right? So it is not surjective. It's not surjective. So a function will be a bijective function if it is injective and surjective at the same time. That means every element of the codomain set must have a point in the at only one point in the domain set. Then this will be called a bijective mapping. Okay. Now let's go to the example. So we have seen that the first function is injective and surjective. So it will be a bijective mapping. Okay. Now I will give you a home task which you have to comment in the comment section that whether it's injective, surjective and bijective or not. So the function is from the set of integers to the set of natural numbers and it's the modular function. You have already learned about this in class 11. Now you need to tell me that whether it's injective or surjective or not in the comment section. So thank you so much.